Hey, g'day guys, this is Jeremy Gard back with you again, and today I'm just going to do a quick tutorial, part of the setup process of our blog here with Project Family Freedom. I'm sort of walking you through the process that we're going through, and I want to show you how to actually link, in this video, how to link your analytics, your Google Analytics account to your blog, or vice versa, your blog to your Google Analytics, so we can actually track the number of visitors that are coming to our blog posts on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. And see, we can tweak things and find out where people are clicking and how many leads we're getting as a result. So we need to track the performance of our blog. That's the bottom line. We need to measure the results that we're getting. Obviously, the results that we're getting will be the ultimate litmus test. So if we're getting 10 leads a day from our blog, for example, number one, we need to know where those leads are coming from. So we need to also track that. And there's in the back office of I'll cut that bit out. We do have tracking mechanisms in place so we can actually see where those leads are coming from, and that's what we want to do here. So Google Analytics is a really great tool to actually track the traffic on your blog. Now there are other ways of doing it, but this is a free application, a free service through Google, so highly recommend it. So what we do here is first of all, we're on our dashboard here. We actually want to go to plugins and applications. So if you've got Clartu Premium, you'll see a plugin here. Actually, it comes with Clartu Basic as well. You can see some of the premium plugins here. They have the word premium written on the top. I'll show you some of the other ones: the editorial calendar, Slipstream, testimonials, things like that. But what we're going to do is come over to here to Analytics and Code. And what we need to do here is basically insert a Google Analytics code, or a kind of a reference, a tracking ID, I should say. So, and you can also do Pinterest here. You can have header code settings, a few other bits and pieces. If you want to add some code into your header to actually track, say, Facebook visits from retargeting purposes and that sort of thing. Here what we do, you can add tracking code from a service other than Google Analytics to the footer of your blog pages by entering it below. So also you can have a tracking code in the footer of all the different pages on your site. So it's pretty easy, it's pretty comprehensive, it includes everything that you need to track your blog. What we really need to do here is just enter a code into this little space here, and it's going to be a UA something something. So now what we need to do is head on over to Google and first of all set up an analytics account. So I've actually started a brand new Gmail account. Again, as you probably know, Gmail links through to everything, so you need your Gmail account handy. And what I've done is set up a Gmail for Project Family Freedom at gmail.com, as you can see up in the top right corner here. Pretty original, right? So all I've done here is, Google sees it as a new account. This is the first page. If you go to analytics.google, I'll show you the actual address up here, analytics.google.com, and just follow the prompts through to that, and you have to sign in, and then you'll come to this page if you haven't already set up your Google Analytics account. So once you hit over here, if you hit the sign up button, this is all we really need to do. It's a simple click, and here we are. So now it's asking for some information. It's a new account. What would you like to track? We're going to track a website. Tracking method, this property works using Universal Analytics. Click Get Tracking ID and implement the Universal Analytics code snippet to complete your setup. Okay, so as we go down here, we've got to fill in a few fields here. But as we scroll down, we'll hit Get Tracking ID, and we're up and running. So let's fill in some of these fields here as we go, so you can see what I'm doing. New account is going to be called, let's just call it Project Family Freedom. Again, original. You could call it whatever you want to call it. It's just, this is the top level. So accounts are at the topmost level of the organization and can contain one or more tracking IDs. So if you've got multiple blogs, as you may do, you might just want to call it your name or what have you, or the name of the Gmail account, whatever you want to call it. This is the top level. If you think of it as levels and then there's subcategories beneath it, you might have 5 different websites into that one account, for example. But in this case, we're just going to keep it to one. This is the website. It's going to be called same thing again. And the website is www.projectfamilyfreedom.com. Now, let's give it a, tell Google what this actually blog is about. I would say we might call it an online community. People and society. One of those two. Not sure if it really matters in these cases, but you want to get it as close as possible, I suppose. You never know. Let's go with people and society. Actually, we'll call it online community, because that's really what we're building. We're building a team here. We're building an online community, I suppose. They don't have any sort of marketing categories there. Anyway, I'm going to put my time zone in here, so Australia, and we're going to hit Eastern time. Brisbane. That's where I'm located. Now, data you collect, process and store using Google Analytics is secure and kept confidential. This data is used to provide and maintain the Google Analytics service, to perform system critical operations and in rare exceptions for legal reasons as described in our privacy policy. I think we just leave all these ticked, and we may need them, we may not need them later, but we'll leave them ticked for now, and we can go through them and have a look at them in more detail later. But let's get this tracking code. And there we are. We can see here we have to agree to the terms, so we agree to that. Success. There we go. Alright, this is the main dashboard, the main interface that you see when you're using Google Analytics. And what we've got here is our tracking ID. It does say this little tip here. This is the tracking ID for your Google Analytics property. If you are using a third-party web hosting provider like WordPress, GoDaddy or Wix, you will need to follow their instructions to set up Google Analytics on your website. So, got it? Alright, so all we do is copy and paste this one. We've also got a script here, website tracking. This is a Universal Analytics tracking code for this property. To get all the benefits of Universal Analytics for this property, copy and paste this code into every web page you want to track. So we're going to put the tracking ID in first. So let's do that first, just as I get that out of the way. There we go. And now we can actually come down here. We want to paste in here in the header code. This is something that will appear in on all your blog pages, but it'll actually appear in every single page. So that's what it's saying here. To get the benefits of the Universal Analytics for this property, copy and paste this code into every web page you want to track. So let's do that as well. And that's it. So we'll just save those settings. Done. Now what we can do, it'll obviously take a little while to upload, propagate, once we've got some content and blog posts out there on the web, how much traffic we're getting, where the traffic's coming from, all that sort of great stuff. So that's all I really want to share with you today on this particular video, and go ahead and set up your Google Analytics account, link it to your blog, and away we go. Talk to you soon.